Yes, it has started. So I'm just gonna go through and like kind of turn down my slides, and we'll make this like fairly quick. I've got just a few things to go through here. Let's just do the whole window here. All right. Okay. Can everyone see this window? All right, sweet. That's absolutely hellish, but I love it. Okay, so I have this little weird thing to do. I think people do this. Okay, so it's called Mentimeter or something. So this is like basically a just like a little polling thing. So if you go to menti.com and you enter this code here, you can just like start typing stuff in. And I just kind of want to see like why it is that people like want to be here and do stuff and kind of learn how to do deep learning things. Okay. I'm also going to look at how to turn on the waiting room on quick access. All right, we got some fun stuff in here. So learn Julia, get some more experience writing Julia. It seemed better than learning it alone. That's a good answer. That's why I'm doing this. Want to make computers go zoom zoom? That's great. Computational macro. Ooh, and solving macro model in that. I know a couple of people who do this or are interested in this kind of thing. I know it's fairly uncommon. Cameron, interesting take. Want to learn for Julia decision analysis, etc. to understand my future overlord. That's a good one. Okay, I like these. These are pretty good. Make computers go burr. This is probably the best answer. I like this one because I'm like, that's fun. You know, it's a fun way to do things. Okay. So I also want to know something that's kind of cool about people because, like, there's like enough people in this group that it's like difficult to like go around the room and say things. So I want people to just kind of like throw some stuff in here and just say like, what's something like nifty about you? Like, my thing is that I was an alpaca farmer for about, I don't know, how long was I an alpaca farmer? Almost 2 years, which is a great way to lose a lot of money, as you can imagine. And I got really good at wrestling alpaca. Music education. Played professional Magic the Gathering. Wow. You're a nerd. That's a real nerd response. Archaeologist, played in a garage band. Love that. Worked in the Australian desert for a year. Sorry to hear that. All-state bassoonist in the state of Illinois in 2011. Competitive Scrabble. What is going on? This is very weird, but I'm into it. I'm happy you guys are finding your people. Used to be a musician. Seems there's lots of people. Also, niche internet micro celebrity. Started cultivating lion's mane mushrooms in my basement. Are you sure that's the mushroom you're cultivating in your basement? Who knows? We'll see. Anybody else want to get a few in? I'll wait for like one or two more. Maybe we'll got something else interesting. VR developer, then switched to web and working web since then. You know what? That given Meta's recent pivots, I suspect like getting out of VR is a good idea. Semi-successful design blog. Got a bunch of free stuff. That's great. All right, cool. Want to know more about that later? You'll have to tell me in the Discord. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next slide here. I also kind of want to like get a distribution of people's Julia experience, and I know this is like a lot of like me asking you things, but I'll actually give some information in just a second. So I just want to know, like, all right, are you like a beginner, pro, intermediate, whatever? Okay, all right, mostly beginners. All right, this will be excellent then. This is, I think we have like a good split. I would consider myself like something of a pro to intermediate, like upper level intermediate, I think. And yeah, we'll be happy to help the beginner people. And if you're a person who knows nothing about Julia, we can give you some good resources and like work through some basic stuff with you as well. But a lot of the code that we're going to be using is probably not actually that complicated as far as Julia code goes, because we're using a lot of like front end interfaces and things. So it shouldn't be too difficult to learn, because you can get kind of gnarly with Julia if you want to. Okay. So, all right, that's a good answer. I think I've got one more here, which is just about deep learning experience. I have none. I don't know. Well, not none. I did like the Andring neural net thing like back in like 2013 or 2014 or something. And I've been like intermittently playing with it since then. But I think at the time I was like, well, this is cool, but it doesn't seem very useful. And now it seems very useful, especially in text. So that seems good. All right. So I think there's one more thing later on. So like, don't put your Menti thing away yet. I just want to know some scheduling stuff, but we'll get to that in a second. So I'm Cameron. I'm an economics postdoc in Stanford, but I do lots of other things. My PhD was in finance. I basically do a lot of like Bayesian statistics and like computational whatever. Like if it's like a big computer thing, cases are good that I do it, like optimization stuff. And so I just kind of want to include some kind of neural net stuff as well, just because I'm really interested, especially now in like natural language processing. So I use a lot of Julia. Whenever I have the opportunity, like if I can like put down R or Python and like actually have a nice day, I might do that if I have the ability to use Julia. Sometimes I can't because I have co-authors or something like that. I'm a Turing.jl dev, which is a library for probabilistic programming in Julia, but I've not very active. It's been a while since I've been like really in the weeds, but I do want to get back to it because it's a really beautiful project and like one of my favorite ones still. And I'm new to deep learning, but very interested. And I mentioned that I was an alpaca farmer. I got really good at wrestling them and doing a lot of like chokeholds on alpaca and stuff like that. So yeah, that's some information on that. You can ask later if you want. Any questions about this, about me? I think you can just like raise hands or maybe talk or put it in the chat. If not, then we can just go to the next one. I wouldn't expect people to have too many questions about this one. Okay, so basically the way that this course is intended to work is like, this is a study group of like people who just like want to like read stuff and like talk to other people about what they're learning and make sure that they're in like kind of a comfortable space with other people who are trying to do the same thing at more or less the same time. So basically the gist here is we're going to have some assigned reading, and that's going to come from this FastAI fast book. And all of this is written in a very conversational tone. It's like written for people who are like kind of programmers first and maybe not mathematicians, which is actually good for me because I honestly hate reading math. So we're going to have assigned reading from this thing, which is free. It's just a bunch of Python notebooks, or IPy notebook, Jupyter notebooks. And then all of these are written in Python too. So like we're going to go through these, read the thing, maybe run some of the Python code, watch Jeremy's lectures, because Jeremy has a lecture for each like section basically. That's really good. I mean, he's a very good speaker. He's very clear. You don't necessarily have to watch the videos, but I do, and I really enjoy them. And then once we've done that, we want to start building the stuff in Julia that is currently written in Python. So this is going to be a little bit of a weird thing. We're going to kind of have to figure out how we're doing this on the fly, because a lot of the things that makes Fast AI a very good course is that it has these like this library called Fast AI that just like does a lot of the like magic glue stuff for you for working with neural nets. A lot of those things are available in Julia, but they're not like bundled into this like nice Fast AI package. So we're basically going to be playing around, and I imagine a lot of people are going to come up with their own solutions for like how you actually get this thing to work and do the same kind of thing that it does in Python in Fast AI. So I'll be going through this, and I'll be like posting code and stuff in the Discord as I go along, so that people can follow along. And then we're going to meet every 1 or 2 weeks. Oh God, that wasn't what I wanted. So if somebody I want to know like what people's timescales are. I think probably every 2 weeks is like a good default for me. I don't know that I have enough time to do every week. Once a month seems a little too far, but I figured I should ask. Okay, that seems like pretty obvious to me. So I think we're probably going to do every 2 weeks. Anyone have any questions on the course outline while I have it up here, or like thoughts on like just the general structure, or suggestions on the general structure too? Because I'm like just trying to figure this out, and I have like very few hard plans other than what's up here. Okay. So we have like a handful of resources so far. So the Discord is like getting more and more active, and it's like surprisingly big. There's like 100 people here or something, which is like insane to me. I don't know how many people are actually going to be active, but I'll be there like monitoring stuff and putting stuff in and kind of just continue to be there. We also have a website. I was just like, man, I should buy a domain name, because I love buying domain names as like a way to just like do something fun. So we got deeplearning.club, which I'm delighted by. Let's see here if I have it here. Yeah, so this is our website here. This has like all the stuff in it. So we have a homepage, schedule, which we can add. Code is where we'll find stuff. Resources is in here. Like it's just got Fast AI. This site is like super bare bones, so I'm hoping that people will like add to it by opening pull requests and stuff. Because I think that would be very fun, and like an interesting way for people to have like a website that they can contribute to. And we can post like little tutorials about how to add stuff to the website if we need to. All right. We have a GitHub repo here, which is at julia.deeplearning. And our website is built from this. So websites, you know, like kind of websites that are served from static files are basically just markdown files. So like, for example, if you go here, index.md, this is like the origin part of our page. So like, this just says like, this is like the front page. You can write whatever you want here. You can do all kinds of little links. If you look at the raw, it's just a markdown file. So we essentially write markdown files, and then we can publish them to the website, and they get shown here. So if you're interested in doing website stuff and you don't know how to do it, then like reach out to me or any of the other people. There's a Discord channel called Comms, which is for like website stuff and Discord stuff, and anything cool you want to add anywhere would be nice. All right. So you can put stuff there by opening a pull request. A few people have been like very active so far and like improving the site, and I appreciate it so much because I am flying by the seat of my pants. Okay, so on the point of flying by the seat of my pants, there's like a lot of people here and like a lot of stuff happening, and I'm like one fairly busy person who's also a boyfriend and is trying to be a good boyfriend. So there's like a lot of stuff to manage here, and one thing you guys can do to like help me be like able to keep the kind of course going, the study group going, is like being active and proactive on the Discord. Like when you guys are like having discussions by yourselves, it's like really, really great. Like I don't have to do much. It's super easy. And if there's people that need help or you want to do something cool, just like go ahead and do it. I need like Miss help with like setting up meetings or scheduling, or if there's like people who are on like different time zones, like I would love it if we were inclusive to them as well. But I can't always be available during the times that work in other time zones. So if you're one of those people, it might be nice if you were able to kind of spearhead some of the discussions at other time zones. Like debugging, like if there's like stuff that we're going to need like as a group, but you're noticing that something isn't working or is kind of dumb, we may need help working on that as well. And if nobody steps up, then I'll just work on it. Community stuff, if there's like Discord stuff, website stuff, etc., that'll be nice. Contact me if there's like something you want to be in charge of that you think that you would enjoy helping out with. And before I jump to this, I also wanted to mention, but I didn't actually put this in the slides, that I also want us to do like fun, interesting side projects. Like following along with FastAI is nice, but it can also get kind of boring. And like I want us to be able to like stop and be like, oh, I just like wanted to build this like cool toy. And like I wanted to be like, look, I made a thing that like checks if my cat, like somebody once made a thing that checks if your cat is at the cat door, and it lets it in if it's your cat and not if it's a raccoon. And like, if there's just like cool stuff that you think you can do with like a deep learning tool or something that's deep learning adjacent, or maybe you even just want to do some like kind of computational economics or computational stuff. Like I want to do some normalizing flows and other things from more of like the probability side. I would love to just set up like a 20-minute or a 10-minute lightning talk and then just like put it somewhere and record it and send it out if people want it. But I would love this to be kind of like a collaborative space for people tinkering, because like one of the best ways to learn programming is just like messing around, like just mess with stuff. So yeah, if you're like messing with stuff and you just want to share it, like put it in the Discord and we'll talk about what to do with it. All right. Any questions about the outline, helping me out, or doing fun, collaborative, interesting stuff? All right. So the last part here is basically the first assignment. The first assignment is going to be weird. People can kind of take this as they go, or take this as they feel. I would recommend that you read at least chapter 1 of Fastbook and chapter 4. Chapters 2 and 3 are a little weirder. They're not quite like for people who want to like tinker with it, but they're good reading. So you could probably do just 1 and 4. Chapters 1 through 3 also only use like the FastAI, like the very bundled stuff. It doesn't go into any of the detailed stuff like that's actually happening behind the scenes. So you should not try and start doing Julia stuff for chapter 1, 2, or 3 of Fastbook. Just don't. It's gonna be a huge waste of time, and it'll be like a little hard for most people. So I would recommend starting with chapter 4 of Fastbook. That's all stuff that's like neural network primitives that you can implement by hand using really, really simple tools in Julia. And we'll walk through that together. And if you're new to Julia, we should somebody remind me to make a Discord channel that's just for like new Julia users, so that they have like a place to chat and be like, what is actually happening here? Where do I start? What do I do? And I can help people out with that. So Jeremy also has videos on FastAI. These are really good. They're all in Python. So, if you like are tired of looking at Python syntax like me, then maybe don't watch them. But Jeremy is actually a really good lecturer, especially about like deep learning and what you can do with it. And so I do recommend that you watch these. This one's the intro one. That's very good. This one here is about like chapters 2 and 3 from the book, basically. So you could skip that if you're not interested in doing those chapters from the book. And then lesson 3 is the one that actually starts discussing neural network stuff. So if you want the barest possible thing, you could probably do chapter 4 of Fastbook and then only this part here. But I do recommend, all of this. And then we'll meet in 2 weeks to discuss the answers and make sure that you're working things out in Discord. Like go on there and say like, hey, like blah, 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 I did this thing. Anyway, I'll get to the rest after lunch or something like that. I'll try and do the same. I have also made, let me see here how let me change my screen share here to, where's our Discord? As you can tell, I am a professional. Oh my God. All right. Okay, so can you guys see my Discord window? Oh, it's coming out. Linux is free if you don't value your time. So I actually made this thing called co-working. So co-working is intended basically to be like, you could just like show up here when you're working on stuff. And just like sit there. You don't have to listen to anybody. You don't have to have your mic on or anything, but it's like a good space to go if you've got like 20 minutes and you're just like tinkering around with some code. So that's what I made that channel for. So I'll go there and start, like, I might just share my screen and be like, this is the stuff I'm clicking on. That's meant to be like an informal working space. Okay, do I have other slides? I don't. Okay. So if there's any questions or comments or whatever, I would be very interested in hearing those from people.
A thought I had about scheduling.
Sure.
What if we had 2 interleaved? So have a different time, different day of the week, and then alternate between them.
Like during like Wednesday evenings or something, and then Monday
at Wednesday at European time and Monday at American time, and then and do what works. What works for you.
Okay, I actually like that idea. I'll put something up on the Discord there. Okay. Other thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, curiosities? Alex has posted this like fastai.jl link. So there was some discussion about this in the Discord. Basically, fastai.jl is great only if you're doing image processing. It doesn't currently handle any of the natural language stuff. So if you want to do any of the vision, all the vision stuff, that's great. You can do that in fastai.jl and it works pretty well. Outside of that, it's like not terribly complete. So I think it's up to you whether or not you want to use it. Like you can get away with it. I'm probably not going to be using it. I'm just going to go for the plain plain flex.jl implementations of everything. But all the models are pre-trained and exist elsewhere. But this is just like a nice little user interface if you want to use it. So short answer, up to you. I probably won't be using it. Other questions? All right, cool. All right, I don't think that I have like too much, but thanks everyone for like coming to hang out and like being interested in stuff. Like that's great, and I hope we get some folks to learn stuff. At least I will be trying to do that. Okay. Unless there's like further comments, I'm going to go ahead and close the call. Okay. All right. Bye, everybody. You have a lovely afternoon or evening or morning or whatever. Oh, Tyler has raised a hand.
Oh, I just don't know how Google Meets works. Sorry.
Oh, I don't know either. This is weird, man. I don't get it. Okay.
It's a learning experience for all.